Hi everyone, welcome back to another Cut Above with Chris. Now before I start this video, I would like to sort of apologise to anyone out there that struggles to understand me. I do have a fella that's messaged me, contacted me through YouTube, through the comment section, saying that I need to slow down when I talk. Unfortunately, as it stands, the way I talk right now, it feels like an eternity the way I talk now compared to the way I normally talk. So it's quite difficult for me to slow down and make things more pronunciated and I suppose more eloquently spoken. But I shall try and make the words a little bit clearer if I can. I'll try and maybe speak a little bit louder and try and put a little bit more of a gap between my words. I'm going to try at least, see if I can do it. I have come a long way from my first videos. If you go back and watch them from back in 2016, you'll see a markedly different experience in terms of the way I talk and the way I deal with the videos and the way I explain things. So it's a lot better than it used to be, but unfortunately living in Australia with a Scottish accent makes it quite hard really. Scottish accents are hard as it is, but anyway, let's get stuck into this review. That's my little piece of crap out of the way. So I apologise if you struggle to understand me. I do my best. Amaretto Speciale from moonsoaps.com. Let me just see, there we go. moonsoaps.com. Now the label on this is outstanding. It's all straight, it's lovely, they're all waterproof labels. This one is a tallow based product. Now Zach Kent, who is the maker of this soap, and his wife Melody Kent, who makes all the other soaps and lotions and everything else on the website, renders his own tallow. Now he is a butcher of many years, 20 odd years, 20 plus years. He renders the tallow from the ribs of the cow and does it all himself. Now this is a cream. Now let me just tell you straight away, I actually quite like the smell of marzipan. I like the smell of cheddar, but this one, I've took the lid off, I haven't even put it near my nose yet and it still smells stronger than cheddar. God, what a scent, it is phenomenal. It's very gourmand, it's very sweet, it's got that almond, it's got a little bit of cherry, and the vanilla it's just a beautiful, it's almost like a cakey sort of scent, and that's what I love about it. It reminds me of a birthday cake with the marzipan and the cream and the vanilla sponge. That's what it smells like to my nose all around. It's a very warm, bakey sort of scent. It's beautiful. So what I'm going to do is just wet my face. I know I need a head shave. My head shave will get done probably at the weekend, most likely Saturday at some point. This little cut, a chunk of skin that I took off last week has pretty much healed up, so another couple of days and I'll just give it a bit more rest. So I'm going to scoop a bit out on my finger. Do you know what, I could almost load this from the tub, I think. This is actually reasonably firm cream. Now it is definitely a cream, but I reckon I'll be able to load this from the tub. Right, I'm going to take quite a fair bit there. The reason being, I did watch Rudd's shave, I think it was, and he said he had to use a little bit more to get the same as he did from other creams like Katie's Bubbles Premium Cream or whatever it's called. So I'm just going to rub this all into my skin. Wow, what a scent. Now, I will be honest, I'm a little bit worried about having a reaction to this because it is a very strongly scented soap, super strongly scented. It's definitely up around about an 8 or a 9 out of 10. Put the lid back on there. One thing I do like about creams is that if you scoop it out and put it on your face, scoop it out and put it in a bowl, you can just chuck the lid straight back on the cream and it's good to go. You don't have to dry it out, you don't have to air it out. Right, the brush is going to be my Envy Shave with the 25mm Black Wolf fan. And there you go. And this one is the abalone brush. The reason I picked this mainly is because it sort of goes a little bit with the label. And it's a beautiful brush. So we'll dip that in the water. I'm just going to flick out most of the excess. And then start sort of painting this water into the cream. Now, there's loads of ways you can obviously use a cream. You can load straight from the tub, especially with this one. I reckon with a very soft brush I could load from this tub. So all I'm doing now is just dipping the tips of my brush in the water, just very lightly. And then just painting it in, and as you can see it's starting to turn white already. And just keep painting that water in. Now what's happening here is the amount of cream that I put on my face, I'm painting the water in. So I'm just painting like this, like you would paint a wall or a fence or whatever. And what's happening is that load, or that amount, that thick cream that I put on my face is absorbing the moisture. And what happens is, as you can see, I'll just keep painting the same area. You can see that getting whiter and whiter and whiter to the point that you can hardly see through it again. Now what I'm looking for with all my face lathering techniques generally is for the load on my face to go opaque, it's not opaque, translucent like that, whereby I can't paint any more water in, or it doesn't actually thicken up and get white again. It just stays translucent the whole time. Now at this stage it is still thickening up. I think probably one more dip and I think we'll pretty much be there. Then I can spray the brush and see how we go. So as you can see now, I'm painting away and it's still staying translucent. You can still see my skin through pretty much all the brush. That is what the brush looks like with the cream in it now. And all I'm going to do is just literally spray the brush. And now the cream will just explode. Now if you head on over to moonsoaps.com, you will find a range of products from bath soaps to moisturisers, shaving soap, shaving brushes. Now Zach makes the brushes himself, and I have to say they're very, very nice looking brushes, and I do hope to grab one eventually. We're just sort of in a massive saving spree at the moment for Canada and the UK. So you've got to get your priorities straight. But I'm very, very lucky obviously in this hobby, and through the years of building my channel and meeting people and speaking with people, that there are several people out there that send things through for reviews, and some people just send things through just to be nice, like Olivier Chapo and Reyes Restores. I mean there's loads, I can't name you all, I'm sorry. Nav M, just going to add a little bit of water. Now the shaving soap's on moonsoap.com. There's a firmer soap, a sort of medium to firm soap, and then you've got this cream. So there's only 3 soaps on there. The scent on this one is easily 50 times or 50% stronger than the other 2 scents on the website. Old School and I can't remember the other one now. This actually just needs just a little bit more water. there. Just that tiny little bit of water there brought a bit of gloss and sheen. Now that is a delicious lather. Very easy to make. It takes a lot of water. It gets to a point really where you can stop adding water or you can add more water, so very hard to overwater. Feels great on the face, it's quite heavy but it's still light. It's not a dense lather like you would get from, say, Holy Cow or Ariana and Evans or some of the Barrister and Man soaps, Cow and Steel. They give a very thick, dense, heavy lather. Even his other stuff, his other soaps, I've got a heavier lather than this. This is a bit lighter. It's not quite as dense, but it still feels very good on the skin. Right, the razor is going to be the Carve Christopher Bradley razor. And I popped a brand spanking new Gillette Ruby blade in here. One of my favourite blades, and here we go. I've got the C plate on here. And this one has the 3-inch handle variant, so you can see it's very short, but this is my favourite handle length that I have. I've got the 4-inch as well. Straight off the bat, it's very protective, it's very slick. I can feel it on my skin just there with the moisture off the razor, but when I'm gliding that blade over my skin, it doesn't feel like the blade is actually touching my skin, even though I can see it's taking hair down. I can feel it cutting the hair. I'm a big fan of Moon Soap's other offerings, their other soaps. But just from this first pass, I would say this is better quality soap, even though the other stuff is great. It's extremely slick. Like, wow, slick. I mean, it's like, as much as I'm comparing it to a soap that I absolutely hate, I mean, that is really slick. It's very, very slick in similarity to Williams Mug Soap, believe it or not, which for me personally is one of the slickest soaps I've ever used. One of the worst soaps I've ever used. But also one of the slickest. Now, if I'm going to have a reaction to this soap, this is the point where I will feel it. After that first pass, once you've taken that sort of microscopic thin layer of skin off with the hair on that first pass, it's when it opens your skin up to all the reactions. At the moment, I'm feeling nothing, which is wonderful. Do you know something? I've been using cartridge razors a little bit for the past few weeks, just sort of testing them out. Seeing how they compare to the double-edged razors, the straight razors, things like that. And I have to be honest and say I've been quite surprised. I think the techniques that you learn from using good quality soaps, good lathering techniques, exfoliating the skin, definitely makes a cartridge razor a much more appealing thing to shave with. It really does. Now, as much as cartridge razors will never replace traditional shaving in my den now, or in my house, they without a doubt shave very well. Now, one thing, a little weeper there, that's actually as a result of shaving with cartridges. One thing I've really noticed since coming over to trying cartridge razors again is that if I use them every day, so the last 2 days, believe it or not, I've used the Gillette Fusion Chill, which I will be featuring in a head shave probably on Saturday. I may even feature it on the face shave. Now, what I found with that first shave with that razor is it was absolutely superb. The blades are super sharp, it's super smooth. I had no weepers, no cuts, and I managed to go against the grain on most of my face. It was probably the closest shave I've had since I started traditional wet shaving and started actually trying different ways of shaving. So I was really impressed, pleasantly surprised. The second day, which was yesterday, I used it again. So just less than 24 hours growth. Now, I had it once again, a great shave. No irritation, no pain against the grain again. Very, very close shave. And I was really impressed again. Now, what happened was, I went to work. Worked all day. Came back, got in the house about 7:30. Got sorted for dinner, had my food and stuff like that, had a shower, and then I got out to brush my teeth. I'm looking in the mirror, as I am now, even though the camera's here. The camera mount is always here. But I'm looking in the mirror, and all around my mouth, pretty much here and here, I was covered in little white spots. Now, one thing I don't generally get using a double-edged razor is those little white spots, and it brought back memories because that was something that was very prevalent when I used to shave years and years ago with only cartridge razors and electric razors. I used to get these white spot build-ups all the time. I used to have to literally during the day get my nail and just dig into them, and it's not pleasant and it's not comfortable. They're actually quite painful, and that was pretty much how I had to get by. After every single shave. So it does have its downsides for me. Do I personally think it's a better shave than using this? I have to be 100% honest and say, yeah, I can shave more comfortably, quicker, and more efficiently against the grain and get a closer shave with a cartridge razor. It's just as simple as that. And it's mainly to do with my skin. It's nothing really to do with the fact that these don't work. I just can't use them against the grain. I really have to commend Zach over at Moon Soaps. I'm sure Melody has had some input on this soap. I would like to think she would have had some input. She is obviously a very talented soap maker. The scents on her soaps are absolutely beautiful. The slickness on this cream is outstanding, it really is. I'm just going to during the shave is excellent. It's really top tier shaving soap in my opinion. We've got 6 ounces of that soap in the tub, which is also generally 2 ounces more than most companies offer. I could quite easily have gotten a great shave with half the amount of cream that I put on my face as well, easily. There's way more than enough lather in there to get another couple of passes. So about half that amount of cream would have worked. It's very slick, it's very protective. I've got a couple of weepers here and there, but like I say, this is actually, all this stuff around here, where it's a little bit red and a little bit weepy and things like that, that's come from using the cartridge razor. And it's certainly something that brought back memories for me. And not the best of memories, I have to say. Cartridge razors do have their place, no doubt. They offer quick, generally pain-free, close, efficient shaves. They do exactly what they say on the packet, exactly what the videos show, exactly what Gillette say they're going to do, or whatever razor manufacturer is making them. Would I ever go back to cartridge razors solely? No, I wouldn't, but they'll always be in the den now. I got rid of them completely and went full traditional with double-edged razors, chevettes, single-edged razors, and everything else. A few little weepers here and there, but other than that, that's superb. Post-shave feel is really nice. Now, having just very recently used Alkanlab, which is a high-quality soap as well, this doesn't feel quite as moisturised as Alkanlab, but it's very, very moisturised. It does feel lovely. It's got a less sticky feel to it, which is nice. And I'm just going to finish off today with a bit of Humphreys Witch Hazel Citrus. I normally get a nice little burn from Humphreys Witch Hazel. Yeah, just a very, very mild burn. Lovely. So yeah, Amaretto Speciale from moonsoaps.com. It's just good shit. It's really good stuff. Handmade in the USA. You can see the full ingredients list right round that whole label if you want to stop and have a look. Or head over to moonsoaps.com and have a look yourself. I'll pop a link down below, but you're not really going to need it. You'll be able to find it, no worries at all. A few bloody weepers there, but very slick. Nice density to it, it's creamy. It's easy to lather. You can use it by putting it straight on your face, on the brush, into a bowl. You can lather with it every single way that you want, very easily. And you'll get a cracking shave out of it, I've no doubt in my mind. I haven't had a reaction to that shaving cream at all. It's very strongly scented. I mean, the scent on it, oh, it's just superb. It blows Chela away. It really does blow Chela out of the water. It's a stronger scent. In my opinion, it's a better performing soap by a mile. Chela was nice, it worked quite well, but the post-shave for me was pretty average. This has got a far better post-shave, and the actual shave itself is better. It lathers lovely and easy. It is tallow based, so unfortunately if you are looking for vegetal based or vegan based soaps, this isn't the one for you because they don't have any vegetal based shaving soaps at this stage. Now, given that most of their stuff on the website is vegetal based, I have no doubt in my mind that at some point in the future they will go for a vegetal based cream or soap, but at this stage it works, so why change it? The brush for today was the Envy Shave 26mm, 25mm Black Wolf knot. It's an absolutely gorgeous brush. Milton over at Turn and Shave, God, I do really think about that there. Turn and Shave on Etsy store actually repolished this brush for me because it came very scratched up, just very fine scratches, and he brought it back to life like a brand new brush. So massive thanks to Milton again. I don't mention him enough. His brushes are outstanding from Turn and Shave, and he's an awesome bloke to deal with. The Christopher Bradley razor from Carve Shaving Company in Canada. I think it's Carve, www.carveshaving.ca, I think. Beautiful razor, 3-inch handle, 0.85 blade gap with the C plate, and that Gillette Ruby blade was absolutely smooth as you like. I mean, I've got a few weepers, but like I say, those weepers have come as a result of shaving 3 days in a row with a cartridge razor just to see how my skin would deal with it, and it didn't deal with it very well. Finished off today with Humphreys witch hazel. I haven't used much witch hazel for the last 6 months to a year. I've got the same stuff in my drawer below me that's been there since pretty much when I started this journey in 2016, early 2017, and it gets used every now and then. My wife and my daughter and my sons use it. I just use it every now and then because of the Moyle grooming and all the other products that I've got that are just absolutely superb, and in my opinion blow witch hazel out of the water. Most of them have witch hazel in it, so that's how good that stuff is. But we'll finish off with the star of the show, or the star of the shave, AMARETTO Speciale. Top-notch soap, top-notch cream should I say, from a really great artisan that's just sort of hit the streets over the last year or so. And lovely couple, very kind, and if you want to give it a go, pop over to moonsoaps.com and grab one. Stay safe, drive safe, don't drink and drive. Like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys next time. Cheers.